Hello everyone, my name is Maureen Dietrich. Our Mazatlan Messenger readers probably know me and my name as the editor of the Mazatlan Messenger newspaper. But today I'm stepping out of the box and I'm changing hats. Today I'd like to welcome you all to our interview with Canadian country and western recording star Brent McAthey, who we all know as the Brenster. Brent, I've always been curious, how did you get the nickname the Brentster?
Well, actually, it came to me long before I was playing music. When I was in high school, the buddies I hung around with just kind of gave me that name, and it kind of stuck. And when I decided to move to Mexico and reinvent myself from being a country artist to the music I'm playing down here all the time, I just went with that, and it seemed much easier than pronouncing McAthey too, so Brenster is a little simpler.
That's right. And do most people call you the Brenster, or when they come up and say, hi to you on the street?
They do, yeah.
They do?
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what brought you originally to Mazatlan?
Well, I spent 11 winters in Puerto Vallarta before I came here, and I had met the legendary Dick Dameron at Country Music Week in Edmonton one year, and he said, I go to Mazatlan, so if you ever want to come visit me there. So one year I hopped on a plane from Puerto Vallarta and came to Mazatlan and hung out with him, and 22 years in a row I've been coming here now, and I'm here about 11 months a year. So.
And when you're not here, where are you?
Well, I'm up in Canada and the US doing some shows and visiting friends and stuff for the month of July, and go up there for Stampede.
So generally, you are a full-time resident of Mazatlan,
I am,
more or less.
yes, I sure am. This is home.
You're not a snowbird.
No, I'm not, no,
Okay.
no.
All right. You were appointed ambassador for Mazatlan by the Sinaloa Secretary of Tourism.
Yes, I was.
Was that this year that happened?
Actually, it was last year. He had heard that we'd had some big crowds at the Brentster's Beach Bash, and he came and saw me, and we had a few meetings, and he said, you're doing a great job promoting Mazatlan, and I was honored to get that ambassadorship, and I'm doing my very best to keep promoting Mazatlan as best I can here and abroad, and that's what brought us to doing the Brentster and Karoom show and bringing the artists from Canada and the US, because if we give them world-class entertainment here, but if we look after those artists, they have huge audiences that they see before and after they have been here. At their shows, they're telling everybody what a great place it is, and that beats any kind of media, no offense, but they have a different range of audience, and when it comes from them, people really believe it, and they see that it is a great place.
It's word of mouth.
Yeah, it sure is.
Through a singer's voice.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
And I understand that you facilitated taking the Secretary of Tourism and the Governor and a few other officials from Mazatlan to the Stampede, to the Calgary Stampede.
We did.
And how did that go?
It was fantastic. It was we called it the Mazatlan Stampede Fiesta. And the mayor, the governor, Secretary of Tourism, some other people from the tourism board, Mr. Vertigay from El Cid, we all went up there, and we invited 150 travel agents, some airline reps, and we threw a great party, and I think we really impressed the people and got the word out that Mazatlan is a great place. And actually, the governor and Francisco both rode in the Calgary Stampede on horses, and it was just a great time. We showed them our Calgary spirit up there.
It sounds like it. That's great. Which singers are you bringing this year to Mazatlan for the winter season to perform with you?
Well, this last Friday we had Tillers Foley, and the instrumentalist in that group produced some of my first records. And that was the whole concept, was that I'd met and played and recorded with and toured with all the artists in the past when I was working up there, and I just wanted to give something back. And so those are the first people that are always on my list, including last season's. But this year, Christmas show is Tanya and I just doing our Christmas show. In January we have Michelle Wright, Beverly Mahood, and Patricia Conroy all on one show, and combined those three ladies have 70 country music awards. So
wow.
yeah, Michelle's sold more than 2 million records. So we are really hoping that the people here in Mazatlan will appreciate what great artists they are, and how lucky we are to have them here with us. And in February, the Good Brothers are coming back because they were a big hit last year. We oversold that show. And in March, Joan Kennedy's back. And in April, we got Dwayne Steele, another great friend of mine.
Wow, you have a full slate ahead of you.
We sure do, yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to ask you a question which I'm sure every woman, and maybe every man in Mazatlan who has seen your show wants to know.
Okay.
Okay? You've always been a single performer here in Mazatlan.
Yeah.
Until recently.
Yeah.
Something changed.
Yes.
You added somebody to your show. Can you tell us about her?
Well, her name is Tanya Karum, and not only is she beautiful, she's beyond talented. She's an incredible singer. She sings in 5 languages, and the chemistry was there. We met at Spectacular, the very first concert we did at Spectacular with all the bands and local musicians, and the chemistry was there. And a few weeks after, and we've been together ever since. And I'm so grateful too, because she's got 2 beautiful kids that I now claim as mine, and life is good here in Mazatlan, let me tell you. And she plays every Wednesday, does her own show at La Katrina. And last Wednesday, there wasn't a seat left in the house, so people are starting to appreciate what a great job she does. And then the stuff we do at the Playa Mazatlan is, we call it a country show. I think I was talking to somebody downtown in the plaza the other night, and they said it's a country. It's called the Country Concert Series. Well, yes, the artists that we're bringing are country artists, but the portion of the show that Tanya and I do, we cover every genre imaginable, from jazz to Tony Bennett stuff. She sings in Spanish, in Italian, and we do country stuff, rock stuff, jazz stuff. So we're trying to give the music that appeals to everybody. It's not just a country show. So.
Well, thank you very much for saying that, because you just bring me to my very last question for you. Okay? Yeah. And my last question is, of all the songs you sing, and all the songs Tanya sings, and the ones you sing together, which is your favorite song to perform?
That question, I'm sure, gets asked to a lot of performers, singers, entertainers. And I think it all depends on the time that you ask that, because it's always changing. Just kind of like when you write a new song. Well, that's your favorite new song. It's kind of whatever is the latest thing for you. But I think one of the songs that we have the most fun at, that we sing together, is The Lady and the Tramp. It's a great old Tony Bennett song, and I think she would answer the same way, that we have so much fun with that song. So, but there's so many, and being a country guy, I've got hundreds of favorite songs. So
good. Well, so do we.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Brent, for taking some time out to sit down with us in this interview, and we look forward to seeing you perform again in Mazatlan this winter.